gamers and game makers, I know you're here to watch me suffer.
God, so wet.
You see, I haven't the faintest idea on how to make a game, and I'm gonna try to learn. In 30 days. I've watched others like Mr. Milkman and Jonas make them, and I've played my fair share, if you look back on my channel, but please don't look back too far. I swear I'm a different person, but I should probably get into the torture, which always starts with the planning and rules for this challenge. During the 30 days, I have to spend an hour a day on making a simple game, 5 on day 1, 15, and 30. I want to focus on the basics, obviously. Health bars, voice boxes, damage, respawning, moving, attacking, and using sprites properly. I made a Trello list, like Mr. Milkman and Jonas, to express that. It may be too much, but we'll see. Now for the game engine, which is Game Maker Studio, which I heard is a relatively easy game engine to pick up. I know this will probably fail spectacularly, but if it doesn't, well, maybe I could get into the coding game. Ready? Let's go. Day 1. I get a free trial of Game Maker Studio to see if I actually like it. Start the 5-hour timer, and start working on the basics. You see, Game Maker has a lot of tutorials, including an Amazon one. So I'm going to be using them to get used to the engine. I'm using drag and drop because I really don't want to deal with the language at the moment. Today I want to make a player character and make the game have purpose. I've dabbled with making pixel art, so I'm hoping that will make everything a bit easier. I started with a little sprite work, and as you can see, I made this little man, with a tongue bigger than his entire face. Why did I think this was okay? After making this abomination, I tried to code. I failed. I couldn't even move my tongue man. An hour in, I took my first break, as I was getting discouraged. I drank some liquid courage, milk, and looked at my picture of DaNi and ignored my picture of Jonas. I couldn't give up only 1 hour in, so I pushed. It turns out that I put a sprite instead of the actual object that I wanted to move. I want to die. It was just that was stopping me. But then I had an idea. If I can stop it, and currently I have 2 tongue men, maybe I could try to match them and the non-moving tongue man could spawn repeatedly in different areas. So I started working. After a while, I had simple controls. Move using arrows, stop using space button, W is move slow, D is move fast. Wait a second. There. But I was just having a hell of a time working on the scoring system. Not fun. Not hard at all. Not like I've spent most of the time trying to get the scoring system to work at all. Anyways, I kept working and failing, but that's a given at this point. 5 hours after I began, I have walls that are supposed to kill you, but don't. A point trigger that is supposed to be visible, but isn't a point trigger, nor visible. And a guy with a giant tongue that has some interesting movement. The game works as well as my Minecraft world. As far as I know, villagers and arrows don't float. Day 2 started with Game Maker just dying on me. I tried to fix it by restarting my computer. I lost the project. A day in. Like, what? A day in. This does not bode well for the rest of the challenge. I spent the rest of the day trying to remake it, but better. I remade the sprite and some scripts. I made sure to back up my project this time. The 3rd day, I didn't lose my extraordinary project. Yippee! I quickly added WASD support, as it was getting annoying using the dumb arrow keys. And then I thought, hey, let's make a gun. Another part of me said, but he's basically a guy who's all tongue. What would be the gun? So I tried to make his tongue shoot spit. That was the best idea I could come up with. I then spent the rest of the time trying to make it work. I did not get it working. Day 4, I updated Game Maker and worked more on the spit bullets. It didn't work, and now I have this mess of code. Great. On day 5, I caved in. I wanted the spit bullets to shoot vertically like Space Invaders, but no. Tutorial would give me the answer. Wait, how is this related? They only wanted stupid mouse controls, and didn't care about the one person, me, who actually mattered. It's not like mouse controls are more useful, it's just a conspiracy against me and my little tonguey boy. So I put in mouse controls. If anyone can comment how to make a vertical bullet, I'd really appreciate it. But, mouse controls aren't working too. Shoot. The next day, I just watched tutorials. Exciting, isn't it? But day 7, I made progress. Slightly better movement, boom! Working bullets, bang! Depression, yes! It took all week to get here. Amazing! I know it shoots every frame, just let me have this. I worked all day to get this, and it definitely didn't turn out to be a typo. I spent 2 more days watching tutorials, and day 10, I added little salt enemies. Get it? Spit? Melt salt? I'm funny, I swear. The next 2 days, I watched a tutorial. 2 more days, I spent coding. I believe you noticed the fuzziness of my incredible pixel art. Turns out, I just had to click this button to make it not fuzzy. It took me 2 weeks to get here. Then I made the background look good. Again, 2 weeks. But, it just looks bad. And surprisingly like plaid. Cool. But tomorrow is day 15, the second long trek, and I really want to get into it. Day 15, I first brought out a Sonic energy drink. Cause Sonic is game, and it tasted much better than Sonic game. But the sparkles ruin it, much like Sega buying off more than they can chew. So I tossed it, much like I'd toss any Sonic. Okay, I'll stop. I made the background look better, and made the spit the right way. I hope no one would notice, but it was getting pretty obvious. Then I made the background look even better, like a series of grates instead of plaid, which makes me very happy. I actually like the game a little now, but has no substance or point, so I'm going to try to add scoring again. I know in the past, scoring hasn't been nice to me, but I'm really gonna try this time. But, I spent so long trying to get the score to go up, I actually wish I'd kept the Sonic drink to keep me from falling asleep. And I knew this time it was not a typo. I swear, scoring despises me. Ugh! I'm taking a break. When I came back, I couldn't make it work. And thus ends the second 5-hour day of torture, with a failure, a returning nemesis, and a sad wish that I had a Sonic drink. A damn Sonic drink. I've sunk too far. Hopefully next day, I'll be able to find a way out of this hole. I'm so sorry, DaNi. I failed you once more. And I guess you too, Jonas. That's how desperate I am. Day 16, I came in with an idea. What if I did something wrong? I know, hard to comprehend, but I decided to look. I did not do anything wrong. I followed the tutorial exactly. So close, it might not be a good thing. And I ended up spending all day on this. Day 17, I tried something new. Actually making a variable. That did not come out right. This was not obvious, I swear. And this is worrisome. I don't know what I need to do, and it's starting to wear on me. Then I found this. Maybe it was only created for itself and that made the error? I started the game and what the? Day 18, I tried multiple things. And something worked! Yes, I did it. Does this mean I'm a coder? Can I make money from this now? The next 2 days, I spent watching tutorials for my outburst. Sorry, neighbors. I spent the next day trying to get Audacity to work. Turns out, I was on the wrong version and had to get the newest one. The audacity of this program! Day 22. Someone showed me the basics of Audacity and made this horrible sound. I'm using it. If you notice the silence, congratulations. I'm obliged to tell you, it's gone. The next day, I messed around and made a sound effect of shooting and hitting. It sounds like this. I'm so very sorry. I spent the next day fixing the fact that sounds horrible. Now it sounds like this. Yay! Ish. The next day, I made the salt have a death animation. It looks as good as the audio accompanying it. And I failed putting it in the game. Day 25, I watched tutorials. I swear this is the last time. I swear. Day 26, I scrapped the death animations. The tutorials didn't say how to make them, and they really aren't that important. Instead, I started work on a title screen. I made a sprite. Do not fret about what I wrote. It does not concern you. Yet. The next 2 days, I implemented the title. It was not very fun. Day 29, I made 2 songs for Lucky Boy Scary? No. Fun. Day 30. I walked up to my room. I looked at the computer. He still didn't know it. I thought that I'd have to make him do something crazy to start the cycle. Maybe. Make an abomination. A face with a never-ending twitching tongue. He still doesn't know anything. This realm will stay safe. Energy will be gained. People will live. I tried to put in the 2 songs. I'll play the first one here. I kinda like it, but I can't find out how to make it a file and put it in the game. Sad. Anyways, I worked on making another room for enemies, and I couldn't. I know I said the last time was the last time I'd watch a tutorial, but I just can't get this right. It's very important, and it didn't actually give me the answer. So I looked, and found this function, if instance exists. I really think it's the missing piece. The what? I think I fixed it. Oh, I did this all by myself. I'm a coder now. Neighbors, you hear?